Hello, I am Abhinav. I am a PhD student in University of Massachusetts Amherst, and I am going to present our work on accelerating graph sampling applications using GPUs. So graph data is widely used, and several kinds of data can be represented in the form of a graph. For example, social networks in a graph is where a person represents a node, and edges between two nodes represents the relationship. Knowledge bases and additional data are also commonly presented as graph. Machine learning on graphs is used to predict outcomes based on the structure of the input graph data. Machine learning on graphs is used in many places. For example, a recommendation system combines features from multiple users and products to recommend product to new users. An emerging application is in the field of search. A search technique can utilize the connection between different words in a knowledge graph to improve search. In graph machine learning, there is a graph neural network, which encodes the vertices of the input graph to an embedding in an n-dimensional space. These embeddings are then decoded and used for downstream tasks like clustering and product recommendation. There are two types of graph neural networks. First is a sampling based, which samples the input graph and trains using these samples. Second is the whole graph based GNNs that trains on the input graph directly. In this work, we focus on sampling based GNNs because they are more common. In more detail, a sampling based graph neural network contains two stages. It first samples the input graph using a graph sampling algorithm. For example, the algorithm here samples 2-hop neighborhood of different vertices. These samples are then merged into mini batches. In the second stage, each mini batch is used by the neural network to obtain the final value. So sampling here enables data parallel training because there are several mini batches that can be trained using in parallel. There are several graph ML and GNN algorithms that use different types of sampling algorithms. For example, deep walk and NoTWAC performs a random walk of fixed length starting from an input vertex. 2-hop sampling of a vertex is performed by GraphSage. Fast GCN and Ladies samples fixed number of graph for each layer. Cluster GCN divides a graph into many clusters and samples one or more of these clusters. So developing new graph sampling algorithms is an active area of research. And since it is easy for domain experts to implement graph sampling on CPUs in existing GNN systems, graph sampling is done on the CPU. And then these samples are fed to a neural network on a GPU. However, this easy to implement architecture limits performance. We evaluated 6 GNNs on a 32-core CPU with one GPU and found that sampling can take up to 60% of total training time. Hence, sampling is one of the bottlenecks of the GNN training. Moreover, with multi-GPU training, the overhead will increase substantially. So the question is, how can we provide best of both worlds to domain experts? That is, easy to write, fast graph sampling applications. Our answer to this question is Nextdoor. It provides a simple and powerful API to express diverse graph sampling applications. A new approach to parallel graph sampling, which we call as transit parallelism, and it improves the end-to-end training time of GNNs by up to 4x. So before we define a general API, we need to define a general abstraction of graph sampling application. So in our abstraction, a graph sampling application runs for k steps. For example, a 2-hop neighborhood application shown on the right runs for 2 steps. The application has one or more vertices in the beginning. In our abstraction, we define a transit vertex at a step I whose neighbors may be sampled at step I. So at the first step, the transit vertex is the root vertex. At each step, The application samples at most mi neighbors of each transit vertex. In this application, at each step, 2 neighbors of a transit vertex are sampled. So let's take a look at how the 2-hop neighborhood sampling can be represented in this abstraction. At step 0, the transit vertex is 2 and 2 of its neighbors are being sampled. So the application here performs uniform sampling and adds 2 neighbors of vertex 2. In step 1, our transit vertices are 4 and 1. Again, application performs uniform sampling over the neighbors of 4 and then on the neighbors of 1. So at this point, our application has completed the execution. So Nextdoor contains a simple and powerful API based on this abstraction. On the right hand side, we can see that using this API, the 2-hop neighborhood application can be represented in 10 lines of code. We have implemented 10 such applications in the API, such as layer sampling, cluster GCN sampling, minimal variance sampling, and several kinds of random walks. So this API provides the necessary information to Nextdoor for efficient execution. First information is the distinction between a sample and a transit vertex. Second, the exact number of steps and the number of neighbors sampled at each step. Let's take a look at a possible parallel implementation of this API. We first look at a standard approach to parallel graph sampling using a 2-hop neighborhood sampling on the given graph. This approach is adopted by existing systems. Here, each sample is assigned to a single thread to a first obtained first 1-hop neighborhood and then a 2-hop neighborhood. So the question is if we can use this approach for GPU-based parallel graph sampling. To answer this question, let's look at the organization of a GPU. A GPU contains several simultaneous multiprocessors. A GPU also contains a large but high latency memory. And each simultaneous multiprocessor can execute one or more thread blocks. Each thread block contains several threads and has a private, small but low latency memory. This memory can be utilized as a software managed cache. Hence, a GPU provides massive parallelism. Unfortunately, our standard approach has limited parallelism because in ideal case, different threads should be used to expand different vertices of the same sample. Hence, this approach is not ideal for GPUs. So can we increase this parallelism? We improved this standard approach for GPUs and we call this as sample parallel approach. In sample parallel approach, samples are expanded in parallel by assigning samples to consecutive vertices. Let's look at the workflow of 2-hop neighborhood application that obtains 3 samples for vertices 1, 2, and 3. At step 1, the transits are 1, 4, 1 and 4, 6 and samples are S1, S2 and S3. This map are created by a GPU kernel which has samples and transits, and this map is then used by the sampling kernel to assign samples to consecutive threads. In this case, sample S1 is assigned to 4 threads and in each thread one neighbor of the transit vertex is sampled. Similarly, S2 and S3 are assigned to 4 threads. The neighbors for all transits are stored in global memory and each thread stores a new neighbor to the sample that are stored in global memory. This approach contains higher parallelism, but will this approach achieve high performance on GPUs? To answer this question, let's see what are the characteristics of a high performance GPU code. So GPUs are good at regular computations such as matrix multiplication. The workflow of a regular computation on GPU is as follows. Each thread of a thread block reads from the global memory and consecutive threads perform consecutive loads. which is the most efficient way to access global memory and takes around 200 cycles. Then these values are cached in shared memory so that further accesses are spread up. Finally, each thread stores values to consecutive memory locations. Hence, regular computations allows code to be written that can utilize all features of a GPU. In contrast, let's look at irregular applications, such as our sample parallel approach. This is irregular because different vertices can have different neighbors. Hence, each thread performs random memory accesses, which is very inefficient and can take up to 800 cycles. Since it is not possible to determine the next memory accesses, shared memory cannot be utilized as cache, and accesses must be done from the global memory. Finally, the global memory stores are performed, which are also irregular, and the control flow is irregular because one thread might possess more neighbors of a vertex than the other threads. Hence, it is difficult to utilize GPUs for irregular computations. In our running example, let us see what are the memory accesses performed by each thread. For sample S1, the first two threads will access the edge list for vertex 4, and the next two will access the edge list for vertex 6. Similarly, for S3, first two threads will access edge list for vertex 4 and next two for vertex 1. Here, consecutive threads can access edge list of different transit vertices, which leads to random memory accesses and irregularity in memory accesses, which prevents the sample parallel approach to utilize shared memory and registers as caches. Let's take a look at our proposed approach, which we call as transit parallel sampling, which assigns consecutive threads to samples with common transits. This helps in achieving regularity. In this approach, a map of transits and samples is created using a hand-optimized GPU kernel. In transit parallel sampling, this GPU kernel assigns samples of each transit to consecutive threads. For example, all samples with transit vertex 4 are assigned to consecutive threads, similarly for transit vertex 1 and 6. Edges are stored in global memory, and each thread writes a neighbor to its corresponding sample. In this case, consecutive threads access edge list of the same transit vertex. This property helps to achieve regular memory accesses, and due to this regularity in memory accesses, we can utilize shared memory and registers for caching. So next one uses transit parallelism, and it schedules the transit parallel using 3 degrees of parallelism available in graph sampling applications. The first degree is that each transit is mapped to a thread block. Second degree is that each sample is assigned to consecutive threads. And finally, each thread samples one neighbor. Using this scheduling, the next user is able to utilize maximum parallelism on GPUs. So Nextdoor improves transit parallelism by doing load balancing and caching of neighbors of a transit. The load balancer takes the transit to samples map as input and launch 3 kernels. The grid kernel is for transits with more than 256 samples, and in this kernel the neighbors of the transit are cached in shared memory. The threadblock kernel is for transits with samples between 256 and 32, and the neighbors are cached in shared memory again. Finally, in subop kernel is used for transits with sample less than 32 and neighbors are cached in registers. This load balancing helps to completely utilize the GPU's computation and memory resources. Nextdoor utilizes parallel radix and prefix scan operations for grouping and load balancing on GPUs. Nextdoor is implemented in C++ 14 and CUDA 11 and is publicly available at this URL. So let's analyze the performance of Nextdoor on 10 different sampling applications. We compare Nextdoor against NightKing, which is a system to execute random walks, and samplers in existing GNN systems. We used 4 real-world graphs in our evaluation. So our evaluation system contains a dual-socket 16-core Intel CPUs, which means effectively 32 physical cores, and 4 NVIDIA Tesla V100 GPUs. So we first look at the end-to-end training speedup after integrating Nextdoor's graph sampling implementations in the existing GNNs, and we found that it can improve the training time of GNN by up to 4x on large graphs. That is because the Nextdoor's graph sampling implementations is significantly faster as compared to existing GNN implementations. As compared to the baseline graph sampling implementations, Nextdoor achieves orders of magnitude speedup, with both against NightKing for random walks and against existing GNN implementations for several kinds of graph sampling applications. We also performed an evaluation to see whether transit parallel sampling is effective over sample parallel sampling. For that, the Nextdoor contains a sample parallel implementation which uses the same API and uses different kinds of load balancing. So we see that Nextdoor achieves significant speedup over its sample parallel implementation, and that is because on the right hand side, the global memory loads for Nextdoor is significantly lower as compared to the sample parallel implementation. And this is possible because Nextdoor performs fewer memory loads by caching neighbors of transit vertices in shared memory and registers, and it also performs regular memory loads. Recall that in transit parallel there is a grouping operation, and here we show the percentage of time spent in the grouping operation. For random walks, the time spent is up to 40%, and despite this overhead, transit parallel still achieves up to 2x speedup over sample parallel. In all other applications, the time is less than 10%. A random walks takes more time because they sample only one neighbor of a transit vertex at each step, while the other application samples more. Finally, Nextdoor also obtained significantly good scaling with 4 GPUs over 1 GPU. So in summary, graph sampling is a bottleneck of training time in graph neural networks, and efficient graph sampling on GPUs is hard. Hence, we provide Nextdoor, which has a easy to write API, has a runtime that optimizes memory accesses in GPUs, and achieves an order of magnitude speedup over existing solutions and improves the training time by up to 4 times on large graphs. Thank you.